What's up, traders? Two trades today, one on DAL, one on Roku. Let's get to it. Watching Roku here. This was up on the higher priced I3 scan. Watching it at this 50 level. It's the key level here from Friday's trading there at the open. Here we go, we're through. There it is. We're gonna get short. Looks like I was getting ready to type it in, but it looks like GDT just typed it in for us. Looks like we're both in this. Looks like about half around 164 here. There we go, coming down. Put it at 164.35. A little more than half the move, but we'll see what it does. There we go, coming down. See if we can get down through 165. Guess 165.50 would be the first area here. There we go. There we go, coming down to 165. Come on. Come on. There we go, on through 165. See if we can get our order filled here. This is a pretty big flush. It's probably going to bounce. Could be asking for too much here. There we go, coming down. Keeps trying. 165 trying to hold support here. 76, 60. See if we can get through 50. We're basically there. Oh, 65. Keeps bouncing back up. Here we go, coming down. Man, the ass keeps getting back over 165. I'm going to take it there. Man, I gave it one last little chance there, and the ask went pretty far up through 165. So we'll see what it does here. But not a bad trade. I'm just curious if it would have continued down or up here because it is trying to hold. Oh, and there it was. Man. So I didn't see the ask come down to where our order was at 35, but looks like we would have got filled. Yeah, it looks like GDT held a little bit longer than we did. It's a little frustrating, but still a nice little scalp trade there on Roku. Delta feels a little toppy here. See what it does here at the highs. It's getting rejected. We're going to start this. Got 56. So we'll look for a little scalp here if it wants to give it to us through 50 at 40. We'll put it at 40. 38 is that previous resistance. See if it wants to come down and test that as a pullback. 45, 44. Just looking for it to come down and test through 40. No, not yet. I feel confident to hold this. We'll see what it does if it tries to get back through 50 though. And as I say that, it's a pretty nice move. It's through the highs from Friday. The SPY right now is actually moving down, which actually gives me a little more confidence to just stay in this trade. It is struggling to get back through 50 and hold, which leads me to believe we might get our 40 test. All right, trying high of day again here. There it is. So we can get a little bit of a push up towards 70. We'll look to add. This thing is not moving that fast as far as range. There it goes through 70. We get an add here at 68. Brings our average to 62. So we'll go ahead and add those shares a little bit higher here. I'm just watching the price action. So ultimately we want this to kind of take off, right? We want that like real fast move. But for now we'll go ahead and put those 10 in. We'll put them right above 50. We'll put them at 52. So if we want to continue up towards like 32.90, we'll be looking to add up there as well. We're actually going to get the add here. Feels a little toppy, and this was still off of that move when we got our last add here. So just scaling into the position, right? We still got plenty of room. We have our 20 variable, and with that add there, that puts us at 112, so we're at 4. If it wants to give us a move up closer to 33, we'll look to get another 2 in there. But we just put those 20 that we added up there at 61, and our average is at 71. So it would be plenty happy with this if it wants to give us a nice little dump back towards that previous resistance, or even just the $half. Back to high of day. This is all still the same move, so we're not upset with this. Would have took the nice scalp there off the first move, but it didn't give it to us. So if it wants to extend, and the SPY is still going down, so I'm actually still feeling fairly confident with this. That's why I'm actually not too declined to keep adding shares here. A little bit quicker than I probably normally would have. But it does still seem to be a little toppy here. Oh, there we go. Breaking high of day. See if we can get up towards 33. Nice. I mean, this thing's starting to get fast, which is good. That's what we wanted in the first place. We just happen to be a little early. We're going to add here 96. It's struggling hard at 98. Doesn't seem to want to get through 98. And if I know any better, there's a lot of people front running the whole dollar. So there's going to be 98, 99, and at the whole dollar. So we're back at 98. You can see it just keeps getting shoved down at 98 here. Went ahead and put our order out there for those 20 down there at 70. Oh, it did jump right up to 33 here. If it goes through, we'll be looking to... Oh, there we go. We're through. Would need a nice little squeeze. This thing's already pretty extended here, up to the whole dollar. I think it might have just been searching for some liquidity there with the stop losses. Pretty big volume bar there on that last candle, which is always a good sign too. All right, we're coming down. Got some of our shares sitting here at 70. Our average is now at 79.6. So 32.79.6, coming right down to it now. See what it does here at 80. There we go. We're through 80 for a second there. Have our first order sitting here at 70. Coming down, 75, 74. It's a pretty quick move down, so I'm going to be expecting some sort of bounce before we get any kind of continuation down. SPY's kind of chopping sideways right now, but towards the lows. So again, still feeling pretty confident about this trade. Would have liked for this to maybe, oh, there we go, 71, 70 on the bid. There we go, got our fill at 70. Next order sitting here at 61. That was for 20 of the 60, so we still have 40 left. We'll be looking to take another 20 here at 61. But what I was going to say is I would have liked to see this kind of ease its way down a little bit more, but it's kind of giving it all back at once. So a bounce is most likely going to come. How low will we push down before that bounce, though, is the question. Hopefully at least 61 here. Get out most of our position. It'd be 2/3. Trying again, 65. I just have my mouse on the order here because if I drag it up above the current price, it should fill my order there. 63 on whatever the current ask is. 62, 61. No fill. We were on the bid there. On the bid again. Go through. Cool. Got the fill there at 61. Got another order sitting here at 52 for half of our remaining third of a position. So we're just basically looking, oh, there we were 55. Looking for this to test 50. And then if it wants to give us that last little break through 50 to that previous resistance, that would be awesome. 55 again. Definitely not looking to get greedy. We're going to stop out at break even. 50. I saw 53 there for a sec. We're 1 penny away. And here comes the bounce most likely. It's going to try to use the $0.50 as support here. 79 is our average, so that's going to be our stop. Would obviously like for this to continue down, at least test the $0.50, get out some of the remaining shares. Coming back up to 70 through 70. Let's see what it does here. It's not a hard stop, but I'm just watching it. I'll hit the cover button at 79 if we get there. Trying to let this breathe. I mean, we know a bounce was coming. This thing basically came straight back down after it kind of went straight up. That's kind of what these things do. So a bounce is usually going to come. Here we go, 75, 76. 77, yeah, we're out. We actually got filled at 78 there. I thought we actually got 80, so there we go. Trade on DAL didn't end up as big as we wanted it there, but can't complain too much. Scaled into it, ended up with a nice little pullback. Should have known better to take it down there when we were pretty close to our order, just with how fast that move was. If we scroll in here, you'll kind of see how fast it was. So it came pretty straight down. Yeah, it got the 54. So I saw 53 on the bid, but never any orders went through there at 53. So, all right, good trade on DAL there. All right, traders, that was my 2 trades. Just go over them real quick. ROKU, this was pretty standard, just a double top play on a nice extended move. As you can see, it kind of broke out through this key area from Friday, as well as some previous resistance there from earlier in the morning. Broke through, used that as a nice little double top area, and ended up just kind of getting a quick scalp. Could have got our order filled a little bit lower, as you saw in the trade, but not going to complain. This thing did end up coming back up and going higher. Same with Delta. I saw American Airlines running, and I didn't like the chart, right? You guys know me. I like to look for extensions away from previous resistance. I mean, you'll see me play like ROKU where I get the double top every once in a while, but that's on like a really fast move, and that's kind of what ROKU was. Plus, there was nothing to the left. Where American Airlines, this thing was just kind of, it felt a little grindy to me, and there was just too much in here. I just didn't like it. Too much chopping around, too much to be used as support, too much to be used as resistance. I just didn't like it. So when I saw American Airlines running, which was actually called out by AA in the chat, I was like, let me check out Delta. So I pulled it up and I was like, okay, here we go. This is a chart that I like to look at, right? Previous resistance was extended through. Let's see what happens. So it started to move fast through the $0.50. It felt a little toppy there, so that's why we took a feeler there. We started it, and it just decided. We actually almost got filled. We were sitting at 40. I think, what did it get down to? It was like 44. So we were 4 cents away from our little quick scalp play there. But just to zoom back in, since you guys know where that line's from now, just kind of started to continue, and you can see it started to extend itself pretty good. And so that's exactly what we were looking for. Started to get nice and fast up at the top, so we scaled in, and we threw some orders out there, and we were actually patient, let them get filled. And I like to think Roku kind of helped me with that, because I was like, I really need to be more patient. Plus, we saw that EMA coming up. We figured we were going to at least test that. We were hoping it would come down and retest that same area off the previous resistance there from Friday, but unfortunately we didn't get it. We had an order sitting there at 52. This candle got to 54. Probably should have taken it down here once we realized it started to bounce, because this was such a quick move back down. I mean, even this move down was faster than any of the moves up. So you guys know that I'm looking for those fast moves up so that we get the moves back down. So there's really no difference in looking. I mean, it's just how the market moves. The stronger the move, the weaker the trend, right? Because when you get a fast move like this, you're going to run out of everybody selling, shorting. Pretty much, they're going to see that it starts to slow down, and then that's when they're going to start taking profits, or the sellers obviously aren't going to take profits because they got out of the position, but you're just going to run out of sellers overall, and it's going to cause some sort of a bounce. And this is exactly what's going to happen. It's pretty much if your average isn't up at high of day, you're pretty much always going to get stopped here, just from the sloppy seconds or bouncy ball effect, whatever you want to call it. It almost always happens. So I kind of knew it was coming after I missed my exit, and I had just told myself I was stopping out at break even. 79 was our break even, and that's pretty much exactly where we got filled, right there at 78. So that was my two trades. It was actually a relatively slow morning, hence I traded big names like Roku and Delta, but I can't really complain. We ended up with two green trades. So that's really been the methods of lately. I was going to say methodology of lately. I don't really know why I was trying to use that word so much, but just trying to stay consistent, and we're going to move forward with that said. It's a short week. We only got 4 days this week, and I'm on vacation all of next week, so just kind of cruising this week, right? See if we can stay 100%, which is always good. You can see Delta's actually moving here, but past 11 o'clock. Stick to your rules, guys. Risk management and consistency. Those are the two main things always. Risk management, consistency. Figure those two things out. Doesn't matter where you have to start share size wise. Figure those two things out, and you'll be a good trader. That's really all it comes down to. That's all I have. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Always appreciate that support. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.